Well, last week, Greek PM George Papandreou stunned Europe by saying he would put the country's bailout to a referendum. But he was forced to climb down, and Greece was told that it must pass austerity measures in order to get the next round of bailout cash, €109 billion. A national unity government will now take control until elections in February. Well, Haris Ikonomopoulos, Greek president of British Hellenic Chamber of Commerce, joins me now. Haris, nice to see you again. Thank you for coming in. Here is the $10 million question. What does the new leader have to do to bring about national economic salvation in Greece? Can it be done?
It can be done, but it needs a leader and not a political puppet who is concerned about his own re-election. The new leader would need to address three fronts at the same time. The first and most important one is the internal front. The new leader needs to convince the society that he's taking the country forward, even within this interim SPV government that has been agreed between the two main political parties that will execute the bailout agreements, bring political stability, and proceed to election.
So no more pillaging state funds, otherwise people won't pay taxes?
Yes, and also some punishment to the ministers that have been found in getting kickbacks, and just because of a limited statute of limitation in the Constitution are walking around, since not a single embezzler of Greek public funds in the past 30 years hasn't spent one single day in jail. But that's the internal front. We need also to convince our European partners that we're serious and we mean business, and go forward what has been agreed, no matter how destructive this may continue being to the Greek economy. And at the same time, we need to convince the markets by speaking reason and business. And I think that out of this political soap opera and fluff of the past few days, we do have a very significant political advantage. No Greek government coming out of this parliament will be disputed of abiding with the 27th October agreement, since each and every party of the parliament has already consented to go forward with this agreement.
Aside from the politics, isn't the truth a simple truth, this one? It's all about competitiveness. Greece is chronically non-competitive. It's not the hours that Greek workers put in, it's what they do while they're at work. They simply don't achieve enough, and they're not going to, locked inside the euro.
We do have a system that doesn't allow people to perform, and I will agree with you that competitiveness is one issue, but there are three main issues that need to be addressed before that. Is a sense of justice, effective governance, which breeds corruption, and hope. Hope will come with growth, with the ability to attract business.
But how will growth occur if you have a Greek economy, a Greek workforce, and a German currency?
Well, we do have a European family, a European currency, and to my knowledge, if a member of your family has a problem, you don't oust him, because then you start tearing up the entire family. The debt of a family member should not be the reason to oust this family member. And competitiveness may be increased dramatically, and growth could be boosted if we just applied common sense, which is the only thing that the markets listen to. If I can put an example forth, we do have a bloated state, which is ineffective. The number of public employees are not much more now than they used to be in 1945. 700,000 in 1945, 1.1 now. But it is ineffective, and it sucks out the blood of a 3.5 million healthy workforce. Now, competitiveness will come when we don't have any administrative barriers in doing business, when we're not overtaxing the society, and we don't have Greeks spend more time...
You say overtaxing, the Greeks can't collect any tax.
But that's one of the issues. And there is a very simple example. Do you know that the Greek taxes expected to be collected this year about 10.5 billion euros? This is personal income and corporate income tax. Now, there was a study back in 1992 that demonstrated that the cost of collecting personal income tax was higher than the income tax that would have been collected. So, by restoring common sense through people that have been in business, know how to do business, and want to go back to business, the situation can be turned around sharply. We have very creative and new forces that can walk into politics, do their job, and go back to their business.
Haris, I admire your optimism. Many thanks for coming in. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.